Hello, and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you will hear if the rumors that Carroll may be getting metal detectors are true.
You'll see how Carroll's administrators want you to help keep the school safe by using a new app.
And you'll find out how the marching band's competition season is going and what their show is about.
All of that and more coming up next.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Jackson Miller.
And I'm Joe Hacker. Rumors have been spreading around Carroll about metal detectors coming to Northwest Allen County schools.
Whether it's lasers shooting out of the walls or gates at the entrances, there is plenty of confusion about these new devices.
Studio 415 reporter Brandon Hedges has the story.
Indiana State Governor Eric Holcomb passed a law last July that would allow handheld metal detectors to be implemented in public schools. The state offered to give out metal detector wands to any school that requested them. Northwest Allen County schools, who at first declined the metal detectors, have requested them and will be receiving them in the future. However, Dr. Chris Himsel, superintendent of Northwest Allen County schools, says that students have no need to worry about the ramifications of these metal detectors.
You know, I really don't think you're going to see a change. One of the reasons why we did not get the metal detectors when they were first released is so that we had time to look at what were the ramifications of what law permits their use to be and so forth. For example, we're probably not going to be metal detecting every single student on every single day. Otherwise, we would have to begin the arrival process at 5 in the morning in order to start school at 8:30.
Rather than scanning every individual student, metal detectors will only be put into use during suspicious searches. This means the majority of students will not be affected from these changes. The goal of these metal detectors is to increase the overall school safety, and students are taking notice to the change these tools will bring to Carroll.
I feel like they could definitely be a help because people bring stuff to school that they shouldn't. It could help stop a tragedy that could happen. It could help just make it a better learning place and a better environment to be in.
Though these metal detectors will be helpful, CHS Principal Brandon Bidding says that the best way to prevent these dangerous situations is to reach out to someone.
If you have a suspicion of something, say something to an adult. It's that kind of awareness, I think, that no machine, no metal detector, nothing can be as powerful as just the human spirit of watching out for each other.
Not only is Carroll administration stressing the importance of reaching out, but students are taking notice as well.
I would say if you're struggling with something and you're thinking of doing something that wouldn't be good, basically, I would say talk amongst your peers and people who think will be good to talk to and can help you out in certain situations, but before things can take a turn for the worse, basically.
Carroll administration has yet to know when these metal detectors will arrive, but in the meantime, keep an eye out for each other, Carroll. For Studio 415, I'm Brandon Hedges.
Metal detectors are one way that administrators are trying to keep students safe. Another way is asking students to get involved. NACS unveiled a new app that allows students to report suspicious or illegal behavior.
In my story, you'll have a chance to see how NACS is promoting and using the new Quick Tip app to promote school safety. Students may have seen this free app on the front page of the NACS website or even on the iTunes app or Google Play Store. The Quick Tip app is an anonymous platform available for students and parents to offer information that could assist in safety around the school. Through this app, members of the NACS community are able to submit tips regarding school and student safety, anonymously or not. As administrators noticed the tip hotline's declining popularity, the arrival of a new and more student-friendly platform was warmly welcomed. Assistant Principal Michael Lackland notes the importance of introducing this app to the NACS community.
Well, obviously, students are your best resource for school safety. There's 2,400 students here at Carroll High School. That's a lot of eyes. That's a lot of knowledge of what's going on in the school body. So you guys are our best source of information.
On a computer, the Quick Tip app can be accessed on the front page of the NACS website under NACS News and Announcements. The link available there will take students to a page where information on the situation can be recorded. On mobile devices, the app will promote users to enter the location code, NACS K12. From there, the app will indicate spaces to provide more information as it becomes available. Examples of tips could be those regarding weapons, drugs, suspicious concerning behavior, or bullying. CHS Principal Brandon Bidding urges students to take this resource seriously and help promote safety within NACS.
For me, I'd like to think that what we're trying to do is make this place a safe place, and so with that comes responsibility to look out for each other.
There are now plans to hang up posters to provide information for students, faculty, and parents. For Studio 415, I'm Jackson Miller.
Every day, we use mirrors to check our hair and see how we look.
The Charger Pride Marching Band is using mirrors to ask you to look deeper into your soul. Studio 415 reporter Ethan Barkas joins us now to explain.
Carroll's marching band has been practicing their new show since the summer and is now in the middle of their competition season. I spent some time with the band to see who the man in the glass is. The 2018 and 2019 Charger Pride Marching Band has 193 members and a brand new look for this year. After the 2017 and 2018 season, the marching band looks to perform at the very best and is hoping to return to state for the 4th time in 5 years. Coming off of last year's theme, Through Tearful Eyes, the band director Doug Hassell wants to show a central theme of self-reflection.
This year's show theme is In the Glass, that's the name of it, and it references a poem by a guy named Dale Wimbrose entitled The Man in the Glass.
With a tough schedule and long practices, the Charger Pride tries to keep their spirits up during practice and performances, all while forming lasting relationships.
Everybody just seems to be on the same page, and just a lot of working together. And I like the music, I like the visuals.
It's a lot of motivation from a section leader's point of view. You're trying to, motivate people to get the juice flowing and get her going. But, it's all about getting people to give all that they got and have a good time while they're there and be supportive of everyone and help everybody out the same.
After years of the same uniform, the marching band was able to raise $110,000 from multiple sponsors and donations from the school district for the brand new uniforms.
Marching bands wear are very expensive. Generally, for the type that we have, they're about $500 for every one, and we had to buy 220 of those. So we were looking at nearly $110,000.
The Church of Pride's next performance is this weekend at Homestead. For Studio 415, I'm Ethan Barkas.
With the congressional midterms coming up and the president's Supreme Court nomination stuck in controversy, there are many political discussions all around the country.
One club at Carroll loves framing these discussions within the context of the Constitution. Here's what you need to know about the Common Sense Club. The Common Sense Club was created 6 years ago here at Carroll by students looking for a forum to discuss political issues with a focus on the Constitution and the law, not the ever-changing opinion-based perspective of politics. The original club members also wanted to study the brilliance of the Founding Fathers in creating a republic and not a direct democracy that would breed even more corruption and anarchy. The club meets in the multi-purpose room during activity period and is only open to students in grades 10 through 12. Being a club centered on politics in today's political climate can be difficult, as a lot of the issues the club debates can cause intense disagreements. However, the club offers a calm and open environment for debate and encourages diversity of opinions.
I think it's the fact that everyone here is coming in as educated and has their own opinions, but we discuss these events and we keep it solely factual and through a controlled discussion manner.
During a club meeting, the co-leaders of the club, Will and Ryan Schneider, start off the meeting by introducing the topic of the day. After that, the club typically splits into 2 small groups to discuss the topic and how it relates to the Constitution. That discussion takes place for roughly 10 to 15 minutes before everyone will come together to discuss the topic as a large group for the last few minutes of the meeting. The club is fairly small at the moment, and one of the club leaders' goals for this school year is to grow the club's membership.
The future plans for the club is we want to grow the club, and we want to get more people involved in it so that we can create a more politically diverse group of people.
In their first meeting, the club discussed President Trump's trade policies with China. Future topics for the club could include the wage gap, censorship, and the national debt. There are no dues necessary to join the club, so feel free to come down here to the multi-purpose room for the next meeting on October 31st. For Studio 415, I'm Joe Hacker.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching.
We want to tell your stories, so please let any of the students in the class or Mr. Johnston know what your ideas are.
If there is an event you would like covered, please tell us in advance.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.
Days and friendly smiles, walk the halls with me. Studio 415. Watch the news unfold. Never a dull moment. Students today create our future.